All right, welcome back to Building Dad Bod 2.0. Getting some shoulders and upper back today. Rest of the summer is going to be hypertrophy. Still cutting for a bit yet. Then we're going to go into a small bulk and probably going to hit hypertrophy. Start a slow bulk in August, hit hypertrophy until the new year, and then at that point go back into some powerlifting and see what kind of total I can hit. I want to put some muscle on first though. Don't know what today's going to look like weight wise. Passed out yesterday. The 380 pound single on deadlifts. I was working my way up to a max and completed 380. Passed out, cracked my head pretty good. So might take it easy today. We'll see how it goes. Starting with some dumbbell press. If you watch that video, the other thing you'll notice that took a big hit is right in the center of my back, my spine, right on my vertebrae, landed on the leg of my bench. Back is super tender there. So what I did was I really wanted to attack the upper back. No insane weights, but massive stretch, high reps. Just really focus on making those muscles work and just avoid them stiffening up. Also did some rolling on lacrosse balls, hurt like crazy, but got some good pops out. And then, just focusing on making those muscles work so they don't seize up. And after an injury, a lot of people think, I just gotta rest it, don't move too much, ice it. But for me, the best thing to do is you gotta attack those muscles. Obviously, when I had back surgery, I couldn't lift anything over 5 pounds for 6 weeks, and while the fusion bone grafting was setting. So in that situation, totally different. But this situation, I didn't break anything. Don't have any bones that need to set. Just soft tissue damage. So for me, I just want to get a big stretch and work those muscles through a full range of motion. So I'm going back and forth here, supersetting seated shoulder press with face pulls. And there's round one. A little bit on the dumbbell press, up a little bit on the face pulls. See how it goes. All right, set to 70 pounds. Really like these mad spotters for starting my dumbbells on shoulder dumbbell press. So much easier starting them from the floor. Even I thought sounds like I said easier starting them from the floor, but it's easier starting them from the hooks in terms of just being able to get your upper back set, shoulder blades locked down in an optimal pressing position. I don't know about anybody else, but when I start them from the floor to my knees and to my shoulders, once I get them up to my shoulders, then you got to wiggle my shoulders around to get them locked into position, where this way I just lock them, unrack them like I would working with a barbell, and then just start pressing, start going to town doing my presses. Find I can lift more this way, more efficient for me. Some people don't like them, and that's fine. I'm a big fan of doing what you're comfortable with, whatever works best for you. Trying to stay in that 8 to 12 rep range today for my heavier sets. All right, so 3 working sets of shoulder press, 3 working sets of face pulls, and we'll go on to our next superset. Face pulls, I've said it a million times, but awesome for the upper back. Try to get a big stretch. All right, so now I have superset side lateral raises, weighted pull-ups. Forearm still hurts if I go heavy on side lateral raises, so we're just doing 20s. All right, so we're doing dumbbells here. Later in the workout, we're gonna hit some cables as well. So the lateral raises, generally try to hit in the 12 to 20 range with these. As far as pull-ups go, I've been doing weighted McGills. 6 sets of 2 on the weighted McGills. Just doing 45 pounds today. Chipping away, adding a little bit of weight each week. So right away, as soon as we can start watching this, I'll tell you I wasn't happy with this set. Had my legs kicking around like a fish. Not the way to do McGill's.
Just do McGill's.
Got to get those glutes and
Set
legs
to
locked down. No energy leakages.
45 pounds.
Now this is a new variation I'm playing around with on the rows. I do it this way seated, but tried doing it kneeling. And it doesn't matter really. You can go kneel with the other leg up if you want. This way I get a good hip flexor stretch at the same time. But the goal is to get stretched out and as far as I can, as far as my mobility will allow, just get a massive stretch in that lat that you're working, and then pull back and kind of lean into the cable a little bit as you pull back. Get a really, really big stretch and a really wicked contraction. You stretch it out, honestly, just like it feels like your lat's tearing. Works really, really well. Really liking this. All right, so next up we're gonna hammer away on some rear delts and some side delts. We're gonna hit rear delts 2 different ways and then side delts, and we're just gonna superset these guys. Loving this cable machine. Independent pulleys, so I can do both arms at the same time. Same resistance on each cable. Or I can use both cable stacks and do like a crossover action. But right now, just doing straight up rear delt cable flies. Then after that, we're going to go kind of like a skiing action. Just lean forward a little bit. Look pretty jacked in the mirror there with the shadow. Gotta love the shadows. So got the cuffs on for this one. Looks like I'm using ski poles. Keep your arms fairly straight to your sides. Try not to bend the arms and turn it into a tricep kickback. It's a great way to hit the rear delts, and then right away we're going to superset into some side lateral raises. There's not a lot of variation for hitting your side delts. You know, you can use dumbbells, use cables. You can hold onto the cable stack, lean away, do one arm at a time. You can do upright rows, but for today, just hitting them with dumbbells, and then again with cables. Cables are nice because you just full on resistance through the full range of motion. There's no point where it's sort of resting.
All right, if you don't have any mag style grips, I highly recommend this one. It's awesome for doing supinated pull downs. Up, and then you get an insane stretch in your upper back and your lats. It's the Anchor with the supinated grip. All the mag grips are awesome. This one's sweet though, it's small enough. You can throw it in your gym bag, take it to the gym with you if you don't have a gym at home. If you have a gym at home, keep it on the wall, whatever, but all the grips, this is number one, and then next one I would get would be the wide grip.
I've actually made some really good progress on my lats in the past year here. Might not be able to totally see it there, but getting better. And what I've really focused on, I still like to do, you see me doing some heavy one-arm dumbbell rows, still like to do some heavy movements, but doing some movements where I get a really big stretch. This one's been great, the supinated pull downs. The other one, the single arm stuff, where I'm just really leaning into that stretch in the lat. Those have been really, really good for lat growth for me in this past year. I've got some pieces on order for a seat and a knee hold on, and I'm going to fabricate up a proper setup for getting locked in to do pull downs with these cable towers. And then next up, just finishing off, so same thing here, single arm overhead press, but with the cable stack. Just hits a little differently than doing dumbbells. Get to the top and you can't rest at the top at all. And then I'm a little bit lighter, so I'm going down really deep in that range of motion, pushing back up. And it's kind of, the cable stack makes it a little unstable too, so you get a little, some really good stabilizer work in there. So just repping these out, and that's the workout. Thanks for watching. Go get some gains.